the same park yesterday and was touching himself in front of people. The 22-year-old woman says the man ran up behind her, dragged her off the path, and tried to rip off her shorts. Instead of fighting back, she actually took a different approach, calmly talking to the suspect, introducing herself, eventually getting him to loosen his grip enough to get away.
She started talking to him, let's just talk, let's just go for a walk and get back up. And there was kind of like an introduction. And at some point, he felt calm enough to take his hand off of her, his grip, and that's when she made the break to run.
Lakeland police believe this is the same man who was spotted on a bench yesterday in the same park, touching himself in public. If you know anything, you're asked to give police a call. The bar trial for 3 Tampa lawyers accused of setting up a rival attorney for a DUI ended today without a resolution. Both sides in this unique high-profile trial resting their cases today. Stephen Diaco, Robert Adams, and Adam Philtout are all accused of plotting with their paralegal to get rival attorney Phil Campbell drunk and convincing him to drive her car. The most dramatic testimony came last week from the paralegal's ex-husband, who told the court she confessed that it was one big setup between her and her bosses. Chris Personius says he taped the confession, but the bar never presented it in court, possibly because he taped it without her knowledge. The attorneys will present written closing arguments over the next few weeks before a judge reaches a decision on the punishment. And the Ruskin man who flew his gyrocopter to Washington, D.C. last month may face up to 9.5 years in prison. 61-year-old Douglas Hughes is in D.C. right now, appearing in federal court today. He was indicted yesterday on 6 different federal charges. Hughes telling us the flight was to raise awareness about the big money problems in politics. Well, he sure did get national attention and wound up exposing a gap in the safety of the buildings in the city. All right, Dennis Phillips, it was a smoker yesterday out at Amalie Arena. Hot again today, though.
Yeah, and this was back in 2004. You weren't here, but we were well into the 90s, the year they won the Cup.
Oh.
And we were doing live shots, but luckily didn't have any storms out there. And we didn't yesterday.
Yesterday either.
Tomorrow we might, though. There is a chance we're going to be looking at some storms coming back toward the beach. Speaking of the beach, there is the mainsail from Anna Maria Island. Beautiful picture. That blue the water is. Holiday weekend is just about here. Today, we are almost completely dry. Just a couple of lightning strikes north of Lakeland. Otherwise, things will be quiet tonight. But starting tomorrow, not only will we see even hotter weather, but we're going to see some storms coming, and I think that trend continues right into your holiday weekend. We'll have an update on that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Well, Tampa Bay events, they could be soon going cash-free. A promotion company is implementing new technology to make it all happen. And the Now Christy Post is here to explain how they're going to debut it this weekend.
Yes, they've had this same technology at music festivals like Coachella and Bonnaroo. Now it will be used this Saturday at Curtis Hickson Park at the Margarita Festival and the Sunset Music Festival at Raymond James Stadium. Everyone attending will get a wristband, and then on that band you will be able to load as much money as you want at the kiosk or in person with your credit card, kind of like a gift card. You then swipe your wristband to pay. To make it happen, the promotion company Big City Events is placing 15,000 feet of wires around the park, not going wireless to improve the security. The idea is to cut back on lines and allow you to have more fun.
It's similar to a gift card or prepaying for your drinks or prepaying for purchases, so you don't have to deal with cash the day of the event, and it speeds up lines and that sort of thing. So it really helps move everyone through the process of a festival a lot faster.
And what's also good is if you don't spend all the money, it goes back onto your credit card. And if you do have paper tickets for the event, you can exchange those tomorrow for a wristband or the day of the event at Curtis Hickson Park. Tickets are $20. They do go up to $25 the day of event. But the Margarita Festival, of course, having lots of drinks and also food. 7 bands, including Smash Mouth. Some people like that band.
Nikita Kucherov with a shot.
That was the moment I fell out of my chair in Amalie Arena. Everybody catching the fever, Bolts fever that is. Epic overtime win last night. And tomorrow, we do it all over again. Hopefully, though, we can get it done in regulation. Game 4 at Amalie Arena tomorrow night. And that means that now Tampa Bay is going back on the road again. We'll be live in the plaza just like we were yesterday with more great guests, including Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn with more on how the entire city is getting behind the team. U.S. Air Force Tech Sergeant Sonia Bryson's also going to be with us, wowing us with her voice, just like she does every game with the national anthem. Plus, oh, you know the jams. Speaking of music, the story you have to hear. Meet the guy behind the distinct sounds that you hear every time you go to a Lightning game or even just watch the game. That's Oregon player Christoph, probably one of the most talented people I have ever met. No exaggeration. Well, so the big question is how to get tickets. The answer is resale website, but it's really, really expensive. Then there's the Student Rush playoff tickets going on sale at 7:30 on Friday night, but be ready to line up early. The first 40 in line can get those lower level seats, but after that, it's 200 standing room only tickets. You have to be in Lightning gear or wearing a blue shirt, though, to even get them. No exceptions, since the team is strategically limiting the number of Rangers fans getting in. If you don't have the cash or time for all that, there are places all across Tampa Bay showing the game. We put together a list. You can find that right now on the NowTampaBay.com. Well, also right now, college graduates are finishing school, ready to enter the workforce, but apparently the workforce just not ready for them. Molly Hendrickson is in for Ann McNamara today at the Now National Desk, looking at who has better chances of beating the tough market.
The good news, it can be done. The job market is slowly improving, and as we found out, the chance for success depends greatly on your degree. These pictures show Sarah Green getting her engineering degree just days ago, and already she's looking to the future.
I'm actually coming back to Colorado, and I'll be working in Centennial at Seeker Engineering. It's an aerospace company.
She's one of the lucky ones. According to research from Accenture, nearly half of 2014 college graduates are underemployed or have no job at all. Green credits Lehigh University in Pennsylvania for her success right out of school.
All my friends have jobs or are going to grad school. Most people have had multiple offers. Most people got into multiple grad schools, so I think that Lehigh does a phenomenal job of preparing us.
An improving economy helps too.
The overall unemployment rate for college graduates is below 3%.
Anthony Carnevale, director of Georgetown University's Center on Education in the Workforce, says the economy has been on the upswing for the past 5 years. He predicts the college labor market won't fully recover until 2017, but says graduates today are much better off than even a few years ago.
So you get on a pathway if you get a bad start that's just not as productive as somebody who comes out when employers are having trouble finding people in your field and you get hired in the right job at a higher level.
And some pathways put you on the fast track to success. Carnevale says Census Bureau data shows students majoring in engineering and architecture have the best chance of employment and making the most right out of school.
We know that people with degrees in computer science and engineering and other STEM fields, they are the first to become the boss among college graduates.
The worst major, education.
And none of them are high paying, but the very worst one is early childhood education, which will give you a wage that is not even equivalent to the average high school graduate.
Bottom line, it's still tough out there, but for grads like Green, there is hope.
I've been told by a couple of different mentors that, you know, the first salary you're getting isn't going to be your ending salary. It's just to start it.
For the Now National Desk, I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And it looks like recent graduates, the millennial generation is what they're called, trying to find a job, well, aren't very exciting about getting one with corporate America, or the government for that matter. That Accenture study found only 10% want a job with Uncle Sam, and just 15% would prefer to work for a big corporation. In the meantime, more than 60% want a positive social atmosphere, even if the pay is a little bit lower. Well, we're just getting started here on the Now Tampa Bay. Coming up, if you're hoping to visit Busch Gardens or SeaWorld this holiday weekend, get ready to shell out a little bit more cash. The park's raising its prices. By how much, though? That's coming up at 4:14. And then 85% off those extra large storage bags you can organize pretty much anything in. I'm talking under $10. Simple Steel showing you where to get them at 417. And cleaning up in California after an oil spill. The mess much larger than first thought. That's coming up at 424. This is the Now Tampa Bay, and we're back in 3 minutes.
(2014, 2015).
Hi, I'm Jason Kuhn, and let me be the first to introduce you to the all-new Kuhn Honda. At Kuhn Honda, we don't use any tricks, gimmicks, mascots, or spokesmodels, but what we do have is the largest selection of new and certified inventory, all at unbelievably competitive prices. Right now, drive a 2015 Civic LX for only $59 a month, and every new Honda comes with our free 3-year maintenance. Come to Kuhn Honda and get the best car buying experience ever.
Get your adrenaline flowing and bet live horse racing with TVG.
The thrill of watching the race and watching my horse win, there's nothing like it.
It's safe and legal. Sign up now with promo code 150bonus for a $150 deposit bonus.
They gave me $150 to bet. That's free money.
On TVG, I won over $1,500.
Win anywhere with the TVG app.
I can be sitting at my favorite sports bar and be betting on horses.
Bet at just 2 taps.
The TVG app, you just go to your race, tap, tap, boom.
Download the TVG app now.
It's so convenient. I can bet anywhere, anytime, anyplace.
Watch and wager on over 150 tracks worldwide. Sign up with promo code 150bonus to get your $150 deposit bonus. Act now.
Best feeling in the world. My horse is coming down the stretch, making its move. You're yelling for it, you're screaming for it. Come on, come on, come on. That's TVG.
Download the TVG app on the App Store or sign up now at tvg.com.
If you have a business dispute, the consultation is free and you don't pay us unless we're successful for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You know why I'm out here? I'm locked up because my wife can't believe I just got this new Banco garage door and opener for just $8.98. I really did!
Service, selection, and style. Bank on the best. Banco overhead doors.
As former firemen, we learned the key to doing a great job was to work well together.
It's also the key to making a great sandwich.
Take our turkey bacon ranch sub, pile high with smoked turkey breast, sharp cheddar cheese, creamy peppercorn ranch, then top with bacon.
Or try our Hook and Ladder Light. Starts at just $5.49. Like all our subs, a perfect balance of ingredients working well together.
If only you and your barber could work so well together.
At least I still need one. Please.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Welcome back to the Now Tampa Bay. Well, if you're making plans to visit SeaWorld or Busch Gardens for Memorial Day weekend, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. SeaWorld Entertainment and Busch Gardens announcing new ticket prices to their parks. But before you get all scared off, it's only by $2. So it's now $97 for a single day ticket at the gate. They're not the only ones, though. Earlier this year, Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando raised their prices. More information on the prices posted right now on our website. You can find us at thenowtampabay.com. Well, how about this? Baggage handlers for Southwest Airlines busted in a marijuana smuggling ring. Molly Hendrickson joins us from the Now National Desk with that story.
The Southwest baggage handlers are accused of using their security access to sneak bags stuffed with pot past security checkpoints at Oakland's airport before handing them off to passengers who had already cleared TSA screenings. The passengers would then carry the pot to wherever it was headed for sale. What's more, investigators say one of the handlers used the employee discount he received for cargo shipping to get the pot to different spots around the country. The 3 Southwest baggage handlers appeared in court today. They're part of a group of 14 people total charged in the criminal conspiracy. Southwest Airlines making a formal statement saying the airline does not tolerate such behavior and is fully cooperating with law enforcement. Back to you.
Molly, thank you. Dennis, it is still May, and I feel like it is August.
Yeah, we've skipped spring. We had, what, 5 days of spring?
I don't even know if it ever happened. I don't remember it.
Distant memory, right? Now, the only good thing about this, the beach has been beautiful, and it is right now as well. There it is.
Oh, look at that.
You going to the beach this weekend for the holiday?
No, I'm going to Atlanta.
Ooh, gonna watch your Hawks after they're down 0-2.
Oh, stop!
Mainsail, Anna Maria Island looks good out there, and I suspect a lot of folks will be going to the beach. and it's a good idea. However, you know, the last couple of days, the beach has not seen a drop of rain because we've had that wind coming in out of the west. And in fact, really, if you look at things, it's going to continue to push all of the storms this afternoon right on out of our viewing area. So we have no rain with the exception of our interior counties, and right around Lakeland getting some decent showers right now, a couple of lightning strikes, same thing around Lake Wales. A few are going to develop, but by tomorrow, we're going to see a couple of changes. One, we're going to be even hotter. The record tomorrow is 95. I'm going 93, 94. So we are going to be as hot tomorrow as we've been all year long. By the way, summer doesn't begin for another month. So that's how unusual this is. Now, over the last couple of days, all the storms have been pushing away, but by tomorrow, they're going to start coming back this way. The winds are going to shift again, so watch what happens. Tomorrow morning, quiet, but by late in the afternoon, the storms develop on the East Coast, and they start moving our way. So because of that, showers and storms are a possibility tomorrow for folks who are going to the Lightning game, and especially if you're watching it outdoors at the viewing party, that could be an issue. And I think it's definitely going to be an issue later Saturday into Saturday afternoon if you're going to the beach. So you're golden until 4 or 5 o'clock along the coast, but after 5, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the holiday, you will be dodging some storms. We'll have another update on that coming up in another half hour.
In today's Simple Steals, we're celebrating National Pet Month with something you and your pet can enjoy. Plus, we have an accessory every traveler should never leave home without. And storage made easy for under 10 bucks. Hey, welcome, Simple Steals fans. I'm Terry O. Okay, so if you didn't know already, May is National Pet Month. And if you're a pet lover, you'll love this first steal, which you can find at Groupon. It's a quilted, water-resistant pet protector, which fits any size chair or sofa. So instead of constantly vacuuming up all that pet hair, just throw this in the wash machine. It's that simple. Originally, they cost over $100, but right now they're as low as $24.99. Now that's a steal too hot to pass up. All right, next, are you looking for different ways to store all those clothes in your closet that you're probably not using right now? Well, then you should invest in these. They're extra large vacuum storage bags. Simply hook up your vacuum hose to it and they magically shrink down. For a package of 2, they were $49.99, but right now they're only $6.98 at itechdeals.com. Oh, and guess what? They're going to ship them to you for free. Finally, if you're an explorer, you're going to love this next steal. Oakley is advertising this packable, lightweight backpack in yellow. It holds a lot, but guess what? You can collapse it down to this little pouch that you see right here. It was 30 bucks, but right now it's only $14.99. This would even make a great workout bag. All right, to get more details on these steals, just log on to our Facebook page by going to simplesteals.com. And by the way, we're now on Twitter, so make sure you follow us. I'm Terry O, and those are your Simple Steals today.
Terry, thank you. Now for a light show that will stop you in your tracks and leaving you mesmerized. Take a look as Right This Minute shows us what LED lights can really do.
What's up, the Now? I'm Beth Troutman. And I'm Christian Vera. This that you are seeing is the making of a kinetic chandelier. This is at the Leningrad Center in Russia. And you see these workers putting these bulbs onto these wires. That is because they're connecting 1,089 LEDs to create this amazing installation. And once they turn it on, look at what beautiful moves and things it creates.
Wow, you'd never get anything done if you walked into this room. You just stare at this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because the shapes keep changing. You go from a shape that looks like a fish to suddenly a geometric figure to something else that looks like a stingray.
It is beautiful. For all the latest videos, you can catch us on Right This Minute.
Well, ahead on the Now Tampa Bay, oil covering a California beach as Memorial Day weekend approaches and the disaster a lot larger than first anticipated. That's next with Molly Hendrickson at the Now National Desk coming up at 4:24. Plus, a Nebraska police officer killed in the line of duty just a day before she was expected to go on maternity leave. And dogs hurt at the groomers. Why it happens to so many pets and the state's action that could be the problem.
Here's today's list from the list. Magic Mountain's Colossus is dead. Its reincarnation, Twisted Colossus, opens this weekend. Which brings us to 3 other colossal twists. Number 3, Bobby Ewing's death on Dallas was just a dream. Even the cast hated it. Number 2, Disney buys Star Wars for $4.5 billion and announces another twist, a 7th movie. And number 1, the Mayan Doomsday, set for 6:11 a.m. on December 21st, 2012. What are the odds? FYI, didn't happen.
You can catch the list right here on your ABC Action News station tonight at 7.
Now through Memorial Day, where can you get a heavy-duty washer or dryer for only $316? Famous Tate, of course.
Some clients we represent for 2-3 years, especially if it's a larger medical malpractice case or something more complicated. So we really get to create relationships with our clients. I give out my cell phone to all my clients, and they can call me anytime they want. We believe that by creating that relationship, it helps them to know that they have a friend on their side during a very difficult time in their lives. I'm happy to say that we started our 20th year at Burnett EPA this year.
At Red Lobster's Create Your Own Seafood Trio, if it looks tasty, you order it. Choose 3 of 9 dishes for just $15.99, like baked lobster Alfredo, brown butter shrimp scampi, and soy ginger salmon. Hey, this is my plate. Get yours while you still can.
I weighed 322 pounds.
I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror.
I was 402 pounds, and I thought, I have to do something to lose weight.
Can people really lose weight from drinking a smoothie?
When I first started, I lost about 3.5 pounds a week.
I was seeing weight loss every day, 1 pound, 2 pounds, and I was like, okay, this really works.
I started out weighing 322 pounds. I currently today weigh 225.
I went from 164 pounds down to about 101 pounds.
Right Size smoothies are the delicious weight loss smoothies with a taste that's guaranteed to help you lose your waist.
Immediately, I was amazed at how good it tasted. When you drink the chocolate one, it's like drinking dessert.
Right Size cappuccino tastes amazing.
Does not seem like you're dieting.
Just replace 2 meals a day with 2 nutrition-packed smoothies, and you can lose up to 18 pounds in 90 days.
I was 324 pounds. Since using Right Size, I am down 140 pounds.
Since being on Right Size, I've lost about 15 pounds, and that feels great.
The secret is Right Size Smoothie's hunger-smashing blend of high fiber and protein, combined with its low glycemic index, to keep you feeling full and satisfied.
I have enormous energy to chase after my 3 little kids.
I'm healthy, I'm happy, wife thinks I look good, which is great.
During this special offer, you can get enough Right Size to make 30 smoothies for just $10. As a bonus, we'll include the Right Size blender bottle to quickly whisk up smoothies anywhere. Yours free. You're guaranteed to love the taste or your money back. But keep the blender bottle as our gift. This incredible $50 value is all yours for just $10. Call or log on now.
To order your Right Size smoothie for $10 plus $9.95 processing and handling, call 1-800-819-9655. Again, that's 1-800-819-9655. You can order online at tryrightsizecom. Call or log on today.
Now through Memorial Day, where can you get Samsung front-load washers and dryers at 25% savings? Famous Tate, of course.
You make us famous, famous Tate.
Right now, it's a race to clean up the oil spill along the California coast before it does more damage. Molly Hendrickson is at the Now National Desk right now as the spill is a lot bigger than originally thought.
The 24-inch pipeline that ruptured along the Santa Barbara coast may have leaked more than 100,000 gallons of crude oil on the beach and in the ocean. A couple of days ago, that number was thought to be much smaller, more like 20,000 gallons. So obviously that's a big difference. The leak happening just days before Memorial Day weekend near Refugio State Beach, a protected state park and popular camping destination. Because the pipeline is underground, it will take a few days to determine how much oil was actually spilled. It's confirmed at least 21,000 gallons went into the Pacific Ocean, but again, that number is believed to be much larger.
Molly, thank you. We'll take a look at this incredible video from New Zealand. A killer whale swims up to a paddleboarder, even nibbling on the board. The paddleboarder says the orca stuck around for about 5 minutes, then moved on. I mean, it's very cool to see the video, but it's not very cool if you're the guy on the paddleboard, right? Okay, just want to give both sides of that story. In the second half hour of the Now Tampa Bay, a Nebraska police officer killed in the line of duty, and even worse, happening just one day before she was expected to take off for maternity leave. And pets coming home from the groomers, and then they're badly injured. Well, what really happened? Why it's an unfortunate accident that's happening all too often. And then the Boy and Girl Scouts of America talking today about gays and transgenders in their troops, how they feel about it at 4:39. You're watching the Now Tampa Bay, and we'll be back in just 3 minutes.
Your Tampa Bay Lightning pushing through the playoffs. And ABC Action News takes you inside every step. Your favorite sports team brings you the best of Tampa Bay's favorite sports team. Chasing the Cup, tomorrow at 7:30, only on ABC Action News.
Crashes don't always happen during office hours. That's why I forward my office phone to my cell phone at nights and weekends. I think clients truly appreciate that. That's the way I would want to be treated, to be able to get a hold of my attorney when I need him. When people ask me if it's real, I say yes. You could call me on my cell, and I'll answer.
Let's say this is your TV. And these are the channels you pay for with cable. Maybe you're getting tons of science and animals when you're really into movies. Or every children's show on the planet when you don't have any kids. Well, now with Fios, there's a new way to customize your TV. Just pick the types of channels you like best, like sports, or entertainment, or news. Mix and match, or get them all. You build your TV package and pay for what you want, and not for what you don't. Now, Fios brings you a totally new way to customize your TV. Starting at $74.99 per month with no annual contract. Get custom TV, including internet and phone. Price guaranteed for 2 years. Or get $300 back in free DVR service for 1 year with a 2-year agreement. Hurry, offer ends June 8th. Go to getfios.com to start customizing today. Cable just gives you channels. Fios gives you choice.
At Badcock and get a dream deal on these beautiful bedrooms, now up to half off. And save up to 50% on these stylish sofas when you buy the matching love seat. With no credit refused, Badcock makes great style easy to afford.
The Hyundai Memorial Day sales event has arrived with more selection, more value, and more deals on our entire Hyundai lineup. Get huge holiday savings on the all-new Sonata, Elantra, Santa Fe, and Genesis. Right now, get up to $5,000 in total savings, or get 0% APR for 75 months, and lease a new Hyundai for as low as $139 a month. Plus, get America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You better hurry. The Hyundai Memorial Day sales event ends soon. So get to your Suncoast Hyundai dealer before it's too late.
Alarm Force, one of America's most trusted names in home security, gives you no-charge live two-way voice protection. When an alarm is triggered, a live link is established between your home and the Alarm Force Central Station.
The police have been dispatched.
We can voice threaten the burglar out and stay with you until help arrives. No phone line at home? No problem. Go wireless with Alarm Force's cell wave technology, installed at no charge for a limited time only.
Call 1-800-267-2001. Alarm Force.
Fresh off the list, sometimes blowing up cars is a good thing. Like if it belongs to your grandma or your Mad Max. If it's awesome, it's on the list.
Tonight at 7 on your ABC Action News Station.
Welcome back to the Now Tampa Bay. I'm Laura Harris, and here's what's making local headlines in 90 seconds. Updating you on that breaking news we brought you at the start of the show. An accident on Hillsborough Avenue that happened in the last hour still has the eastbound lanes of Hillsborough Avenue at Nebraska shut down. Here's what we know so far. Tampa police telling us 2 men were trying to cross Hillsborough, made it to the median, but then one of those men fell into the path of that Coca-Cola truck you see right there. That man was hit and killed. He's in his 50s. Police say the truck did have a green light. The men did not have the right of way to cross that street. We're told the driver actually had no idea he even hit the man. The Ruskin man who flew his gyrocopter to Washington, D.C. last month may face up to 9.5 years in prison. 61-year-old Douglas Hughes is in D.C. right now, appearing in federal court. He was indicted yesterday on 6 charges. Hughes telling us the flight was to raise awareness about the big money problems in politics. And you can say he surely did raise attention and wound up exposing a gap in the safety of the buildings in D.C. And breaking news in a murder investigation down in Sarasota County. Northport police just telling us they arrested a homeless man. They say Nicholas Luciano stabbed another man to death early this morning and then left his body in a field. The victim's name has not been released yet, but police haven't had a chance to speak with his family. And those are your headlines in 90 seconds. Well, also right now, the country mourning the loss of a female police officer from Nebraska. She was gunned down the day before she was supposed to take her maternity leave. Molly Hendrickson joins us now from the Now National Desk as the officer never got to take her baby girl home from the hospital.
29-year-old officer Carrie Orozco made the tough decision when she gave birth to her premature baby girl 3 months ago. She would start a maternity leave when her little one was cleared to go home. Instead, while the baby was in the hospital, Orozco remained on the job, a member of Omaha's gang unit. Wednesday, she was trying to serve an arrest warrant when she was shot and killed by a convicted felon and known gang member. Orozco was a 7-year veteran of the force and said to be a top-notch police officer. She's survived by her husband, her 2 stepchildren, and baby Olivia, who finally left the hospital today. Back to you.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill, that was a great show. It was. Bill Nye is back on your TV screen. Well, if you have Netflix, that is. The streaming service adding 31 original Bill Nye the Science Guy episodes to their library. The show originally aired from '93 until '98. We'll talk about a real nightmare. You drop your pet off for just some simple grooming, and then they come back severely injured. Newsy's Catherine Beek explains how one family's grooming experience turned into a civil nightmare.
Petco has settled out of court after a California woman said her dog was badly injured during a grooming session. Roz Hartman immediately knew something was wrong after she picked up her daughter Hannah's 7-year-old Shih Tzu from the store in 2014.
Let me put him on the ground and see if he walks. Well, he wouldn't walk. The leg was just dangling.
X-rays confirmed he'd suffered a dislocated hip, which then required surgery and physical therapy. Hannah says the surgeon told her the injury was most likely caused by her dog falling off the table during the grooming session. The bill for the medical treatment was around $7,000.
It's just been so traumatic and unimaginable.
The Hartmans say they're satisfied with Petco's settlement, although they will not disclose its details. The case still brings up what some see as a major issue. No state has laws requiring groomers to be licensed. A spokeswoman for PETA spoke to ABC about the issue.
We unfortunately hear about a lot of incidents. Some animals are strangled when they fall off of grooming tables, and some animals are abused.
A Petco Code of Ethics published online does cite neglect or abuse of animals as grounds for termination, but the section titled Complying with the Law relates animal safety to workplace safety only briefly, with the rest of the section dealing mostly with wage laws, accounting rules, and falsifying hours. WCBS reported a bill calling for licensing was brought to the New Jersey legislature last December by a woman whose dog was allegedly killed during a grooming accident. The bill calls for groomers to be at least 18 years old and pass an exam that would cost roughly $70 to take. It appears the bill has not yet been passed, however. Petco has not made a comment in regard to the Hartman case. Watch Newsy 24/7 on your TV or download the Newsy app for on-the-go updates.
We're up at the assignment desk right now with 5 o'clock anchor Jamison Euler talking about what they're working on for 5.
Jacqueline Glace is in Polk County right now, where a former Polk County Sheriff's deputy is in trouble. Just went before a judge just a short time ago, accusing a really bad case that he was abusing a woman, a handicapped woman, as well as a teen with autism there in Winter Haven. Some of the details on this a little tough to take, but she's going to be up there live tonight at 5 o'clock, as well as Dia Riley putting a story together, working with Consumer Reports tonight about those robotic vacuums that you see, the Roombas and all that other stuff. I almost call it Zumba, but I keep forgetting that's the exercise, right? Roomba, the one that goes around the room, right? And so the robotic vacuum cleaners, detailing which ones are the better ones for you. If you're thinking about getting something like that, I think it would be awesome.
Here's the deal. With mine, I always have to sweep the floor first,
right,
and then let it go because I feel like it doesn't get everything.
Yeah, by the way, I love these because I see so many viral videos of people, it's cats and their small dogs riding around in the room on them all the time, so I'm really a big fan of them.
Do you have one?
I don't. I really need one, though.
You need to get one?
If anybody wants to donate one.
You put your iPod on it?
Expensive, though, are they not?
They are expensive, but mine was a birthday gift.
Well, okay.
There you go.
That's not too bad. That's a pretty good one.
Jamison,
right,
thank you. Well, straight ahead on the Now Tampa Bay, the Girl and Boy Scouts of America talking about who they allow into their group. The discussion of gays and transgender live with Molly at the Now National Desk coming up. Also, a warning for your wallet, the alarming increase in credit and debit card information being stolen and how easily it's happening. We'll have that for you coming up. And that's our Christy Post. Take a look at your screen, trying out an obstacle course for a competition empowering women around the country. I give Christy props for trying this one today. You can do the exact same thing, though. That story coming up at 4:51. You're watching the Now Tampa Bay, and we're back in just 3 minutes.
When storms are brewing in the tropics and popping up in the Bay Area, an accurate forecast makes all the difference.
We have to be extremely diligent about this one right here.
And the difference is ABC Action Weather. Titan Doppler radar. Track storms right down to your street, on air, on your phone, and online. So you know what to do when the next storm heads our way. ABC Action Weather, the most accurate forecast in the entire state. No one else can claim it. No one else delivers it.
It's going to be about a 90-minute wait for dinner.
No problem. We'll wait. There are some things that you really don't mind waiting on.
Sir, you know you're going to have to wait 2 weeks, right?
Well, I don't mind waiting. I want to be the first to get it. Woohoo! Getting your air conditioner fixed is not one of them.
Honey, I think the AC broke.
Are you kidding me? I'm calling Harold. Harold Home Services will be at your home to fix your AC in 1 hour or less, or your service call is free.
Harrell, Harold Home Services. I just got the best night's sleep on this Beauty Rest mattress. This is cause for celebration.
The Beauty Rest Recharge line with pocketed coil technology. Get your Beauty Rest.
Get your beauty rest at the grand opening of the ASF Mattress Shop at American Signature Furniture. We make mattress buying as easy as 1, 2, 3, so you can get the best night's sleep. Sleep better, dream big, and hurry to American Signature Furniture.
Introducing the T-Fal OptiGrill, the world's first and only patented indoor grill with built-in technology that automatically senses the thickness of your food and indicates the level of cooking. The OptiGrill eliminates the guesswork, so your steaks, chicken, and seafood are guaranteed grilled to perfection every single time. And cleanup is a breeze. Just remove the grill plates and put them right in the dishwasher. Go to getoptigrill.com to get your OptiGrill now, or get yours at one of these fine retailers.
If your child has been bullied, injured, or abused, please call one of our child advocates right now. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Grand opening specials are everywhere at the all-new Kuhn Honda. Right now, drive a 2015 Accord for only $95 a month. I'll even throw in the first 3 years of maintenance absolutely free. Kuhn Honda, the best car buying experience ever.
Tonight, Made in America is back. David Muir takes us deep into the Mojave Desert, the new space race, the vehicle that could soon give everyday Americans a rocket ride into space, and the astronauts who will share the view. Tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Grab your pickaxe, because now there's even more gold to be found in Florida. Introducing the family of Gold Rush scratch-off games from the Florida Lottery. 5 Gold Rush tickets to choose from, with a top prize of $3 million. Now there's more gold than ever. Play the $1, $2, $5, $10, and $20 tickets for a chance to win your part of over $700 million in total cash prizes. The Gold Rush family of scratch-off games. Get ready to strike it rich from the Florida Lottery.
Right now, the Girl Scouts reaffirming their strong belief that everyone is welcome in their troops. That includes transgender girls. Molly Hendrickson joining us live from the Now National Desk now, because while this may be a surprise to some, it isn't far from where this group stands.
Yeah, Laura, the Girl Scouts guidance on serving transgender girls has been on its website for 4 years, but it's recently drawing criticism. And in fact, opponents have started a petition asking the organization to restrict its membership to, quote, biological girls. The Girl Scouts of America's response: we proudly serve all girls. They say if the child is recognized by the family and community as a girl, then Girl Scouts is an organization that can serve her in a setting that is both emotionally and physically safe. Laura?
But Molly, a different LGBT issue making headlines today with the Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah, the president of the Boy Scouts, Robert Gates, who happens to be the former defense secretary, says Boy Scouts need to end the ban on gay leaders. Now, in 2013, the Scouts ended its ban on gay youth members, but maintained its ban on gay adult leaders. Laura?
All right, Molly, thank you. Well, coming up on the Now Tampa Bay, a fitness challenge happening right here that's empowering women just like our Christy Post.
Yes, I took the Try Fitness Challenge. You can see it there. It's a sporting event giving women a sense of accomplishment, and you may be surprised to find out who is taking the challenge and what obstacles they have overcome.
Well, that's cool, Christy. That's coming up in just a little bit. And then a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. This is also cool, still giving back to his community, helping a veteran get in a new home. And a teen uses his talents to, well, let's just say, memorialize his friend during a talent show. The big reveal you have to see to believe just ahead on the Now Tampa Bay.
On the next, right this minute.
Favorite father-son activities: fishing, golf.
Oh, cool.
That's right, and this dad's got some pretty serious moves. Next, right this minute.
Tonight at 7:30 on your ABC Action News station.
Now through Memorial Day, where can you get a GE Smooth Top Range and Above the Range microwave pair for only $6.99? Famous Tate, of course.
You make us famous, famous Tate.
We had such a great experience with Empire. We would recommend it to anyone.
Real customers share their stories about Empire today.
The customer service and the personal touch was really where it's at.
And during Empire's 50-50-50 sale, get 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
We've had people come in our home and say, wow, this is really beautiful. Where'd you have it done? Empire.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. There are a lot of channels on your TV, but only so many you want to watch. What if you could pay for the types of channels you want, and not the ones you don't? Now, Fios brings you a totally new way to customize your TV, starting at $74.99 per month with no annual contract. Get custom TV, including internet and phone, price guaranteed for 2 years. Or get $300 back in free DVR service for 1 year with a 2-year agreement. Hurry, offer ends June 8th. Go to getfios.com. Cable just gives you channels. Fios gives you choice.
As former firemen, we learned the key to doing a great job was to work well together.
It's also the key to making a great sandwich.
Take our turkey bacon ranch sub, pile high with smoked turkey breast, sharp cheddar cheese, creamy peppercorn ranch, then top with bacon.
Or try our Hook and Ladder Light. It starts at just $5.49. Like all our subs, a perfect balance of ingredients working well together.
If only you and your barber could work so well together.
At least I still need one. Please.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
It's Ashley Furniture Home Store's biggest and best Memorial Day sales event ever, but it's only 4 days. Save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, take an extra 15% off. Plus, no interest for 12 months. Or choose no interest until January 2021. 20% off sofas and sectionals, 25% off beds, and 30% off home offices, entertainment, and formal dining rooms. Plus, take an extra 15% off. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. Shop now at ashleyfurniturehomestore.com.
Hi, I'm Doug Bernetti from the law offices of Bernetti, PA. If you've been injured in an auto accident, you may have the right to pursue a claim against those responsible. Call 1-800-BERNETTI or visit us at bernetti.com. Bernetti, PA, working justice for you.
Now through Memorial Day, where can you get 10% off plus free installation on select Bosch dishwashers? Famous Tate, of course.
You make us famous, famous Tate.
When we take action,
we found more than 400 complaints against this Oldsmar company.
we get results for you.
The State Attorney General's office taking action tonight after an I-Team investigation.
Now here's a copy of the suit right here.
The I-Team, only on ABC Action News.
Welcome back to the Now Tampa Bay. I'm Laura Harris, and here's what's making headlines in 90 seconds. The New York Times getting access to the first batch of Hillary Clinton's private emails before they're released by the State Department. Some emails from her time as Secretary of State had to do with Libya and the attacks in Benghazi. Others had more personal information, such as what Clinton listens to on the radio. Also right now, there's a manhunt underway as police have finally gotten a break in the suspicious murder arson in Washington, D.C. 3 members of a well-known family and their housekeeper were killed, their mansion then set on fire. The suspect apparently ordering pizza while the family was tied up. DNA on a piece of crust leading police to believe Darren Went, the man you see on your screen, is a prime suspect. They think he knew the family. Police say the victims were killed just hours after $40,000 was delivered to the multi-million-dollar home. And after months of negotiations, American and Cuban leaders are meeting today to finalize a deal to reopen embassies in each country's capital. A huge step forward as it's been 54 years of diplomatic isolation. Today's meeting is the fourth between delegation heads and 6 weeks after President Obama met with Castro in Panama. Also right now, the U.S. is keeping an eye on man-made islands near China, each surrounded by a huge Chinese military presence. China is trying to extend its territory, but the U.S. making it clear it doesn't recognize those new territorial claims. Just yesterday, China sent 8 warnings to the U.S. about a surveillance plane flying in that area. And those are your headlines in 90 seconds. Right now, domestic violence charges against former NFL star Ray Rice have been dropped. Shocking so many. Molly Hendrickson with the Now National Desk. She joins us now. And Molly, I mean, this guy was caught on camera beating his then fiance. How is any of this possible?
Well, it was part of the plea deal. If you've seen this surveillance video, you can't forget it. Former Baltimore Ravens player Ray Rice knocking his then fiancee, Janae Palmer, unconscious in an Atlantic City casino last year. Today, a New Jersey judge dismissed the domestic violence charges. And that's because Rice completed his pretrial intervention program, including anger management classes, counseling, and a $125 fine. He was ultimately cut from the Ravens. Rice and Palmer did wind up getting married not long after that incident. Back to you.
And staying with this Ray Rice story for a moment, the NFL, they suspended Rice indefinitely, but then Rice got all of that overturned. As for his attempt to get back into the National Football League, well, he's currently a free agent and looking for a team to pick him up. Well, are you looking to save some money on your last-minute Memorial Day trip or summer vacation? A consumer advocate says you can spread your dollar further with online rebate sites, such as ebates.com, extrabucks.com, and fatwallet.com. She says you have to use the rebate sites instead of travel sites when you're booking your flight or hotel, and you'll find cashback offers. She is also recommending right now comparing the prices on those rebate sites with other sources to make sure the prices you are seeing are the same, or if you get really lucky, they might even be less. Well, maybe not planning your summer vacation just yet, but definitely for Memorial Day.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Memorial Day, a lot of folks look at it as the unofficial beginning of summer, right? You go to the beach, and it's going to feel just like the middle of summer, as it already does right now. I mean, there's your beach. It's beautiful. A lot of folks over along the beach in Clearwater. And you know it will be jammed, as will the waters. And, be careful if you're taking that boat out this weekend. I always liken Memorial Day and July 4th and Labor Day is the weekend that everybody goes out, and sometimes the avid boaters kind of stay put knowing just how crazy it's going to be. Well, it could be an issue with the weather as well. Not today. In fact, today all those storms are interior, from Lakeland down to Winter Haven over to Lake Wales and Bartow right now. Heavy thunderstorms right on top of you, and these are just sort of slowly drifting off to the southeast. So as we mentioned, they're moving away from the metro. So it will remain dry from anywhere around the I-4, I-75 corridor all the way to the west, and probably even farther east than that. Temperatures in the mid-90s interior, upper 80s closer to the beach. I think tomorrow could very well be the hottest day of the year. You see that yellow box there? That's a severe thunderstorm warning on the East Coast, just like we had yesterday. It's like clockwork, west wind. Heaviest storms on the East Coast, east winds. We get the stronger storms. And starting tomorrow, we're going to see that east wind return. So I think tomorrow, the transitional day, Saturday and Sunday, we will be dodging afternoon and evening storms as they start interior and come right on back to the coast. So if you are going to the beach this weekend, the good news out of this is the majority of the rain is going to be late, 5, 6, maybe even 7 o'clock. So most of your day will be good. Tomorrow morning looks good, and there they go. Storms start on the East Coast in the afternoon, and they come west later in the day. I think that flow gets even stronger on Saturday, meaning a much better chance for those storms rolling on in at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and maybe even a little bit later than that. So Saturday is the day you definitely need to watch out for those strong storms along the coast, as well as Sunday. Tonight, mostly clear. Interior storms, temperatures dropping down in the low to mid-70s.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Well, you should watch your wallets right now. Criminals are stealing credit card information from ATMs in the United States at the highest rate in 20 years. Here's what we're finding out from a recent report coming out of the Wall Street Journal, citing credit scoring firm FICO. FICO found debit card breaches at ATMs on bank properties jumped 174% during the first quarter of this year. That's compared to the same quarter last year. For machines not at banks, successful debit card attacks soared a whopping 317% in the same time period. And the Journal reports in many of these cases, thieves install skimming devices in ATMs, stealing information from the magnetic strip of those cards. They use that information to make fake cards and use them to withdraw cash at ATMs or buy things online or at a store. Well, how about this story? Now for a sporting event that describes let's just say turning Barbie into G.I. Jane. Hundreds of women competing in the Try Fitness Challenge. And our Christy Post, she got a chance to try her hand and your feet and your entire body. The video's amazing.
I did all of that, and this started as a way for women to get into fitness. So they didn't have to go to the bodybuilding competitions or maybe run a marathon. But what's interesting is the women competing, they're school teachers, mothers, and some have even battled cancer. And this competition is no joke, like Laura said.
Take down first two.
For 18 years, Al Rosen, the creator of Try Fitness Challenge, has been empowering women with this.
The obstacle course represents life. You know, in life you have many different obstacles. So as you go over each obstacle, what you're doing, you're conquering it.
Many overcoming life obstacles at the same time.
We've had 2 girls that had a double kidney transplant, one with a double lung transplant.
Kimberly Strathy, a mother of 3, came all the way from Baltimore for her 5th run at the course.
What I like best about this is that, one, I don't have to starve myself. Secondly, I love the people. I love the inspiration.
The challenge even having some celebrity fitness star power. The Rock, Rosen's godson, endorsing it.
Dwayne Johnson actually calls our event the ultimate fitness event for women. 3, 4.
So I decided to see just how tough it is.
Go, Christy, go. Move it, move your feet.
First up, a 15-foot cargo net to tackle.
1, 2, 3.
And oh yeah, you have to flip over it.
Go, 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 go. Feet on the rope. Ready, feet on the rope. Jump. Yes.
Next up, hurdles.
3, 2, let's go. Come on, Christy, let's go. Move it.
Most people probably haven't jumped over a hurdle since high school, if ever. But it wasn't as hard as it looked.
Fair, keep your hands low.
Onto the running grid.
Move it, move it, move it, move it.
And here's the 10-foot wall.
Kick your leg on the wall. Try to see if you can throw your leg up.
That definitely requires some training to scale.
Come on down. I need you up there.
The monkey bar is much easier. My elementary school days giving me a lot of practice.
1, 2, faster. 1, 2, hot potato, move it, move it.
Lastly, crossing the finish line by jumping over a bar. A feeling of accomplishment.
Hey!
Thanks. It took me about an hour to learn and do everything, something that takes these women under a minute. Just unbelievable. Okay, I had no practice. My hands still hurt from doing that. Well, this competition is more than the obstacle course. Like I showed you, there is a Grace and Physique portion tomorrow night. I'll be emceeing that event at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay by Rocky Point. The obstacle course is Saturday. You can still sign up to compete if you'd like. And if you just want to watch, it's $30 for the weekend. I tweeted out a link with all the information. Just find me at Christy Post.
Christy, thank you so much. Well, right now, an update on that half-finished VA hospital in Denver. There was a risk of a construction shutdown. Molly Hendrickson joining us live now from the Now. And Molly, there's some sort of last-minute deal there?
Yeah, at first, House Speaker John Boehner didn't want to help the Veterans Affairs Department out, saying the VA needed to figure out how to pay for completing the half-finished hospital. Builders now have enough money to keep working, but for just another 3 weeks. A long-term solution still needs to be found. The hospital is expected to cost almost $2 billion, nearly 3 times the original estimate given just last year. Meanwhile, Boehner not happy with the VA's overall efforts to get things done.
Congress gave the VA more than $16 billion to improve care and to shorten waiting times. Meanwhile, the number of patients facing long waits is about the same.
Now, to help cut costs on the new Colorado hospital and speed up its completion, the VA has offered to cut the cost by about $50 million by forgoing the construction of a nursing home and clinic for patients with PTSD. Back to you.
Molly, thank you. And how cute is this? That's Tampa Bay Lightning center Brian Boyle celebrating not only a big win last night, but also the birth of his first child. That little baby right there, that's little boy Declan. And he was born Tuesday evening. And I think it's safe to say this little one is already being considerate. because he let the Lightning finish their game on Monday in New York. Dad was rushed back to Tampa before the team was even able to leave New York, and guess what? Dad made it in time to hear the first cries. Brian Boyle, we congratulate you from the Now Tampa Bay. Well, a Tampa Bay veteran getting a new home today thanks to a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Martin Gramatica and his Gramatica Family Foundation donating a state-of-the-art home to U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Laura Sellinger.
Their sacrifice is what makes this country so great. So I want to thank you guys for everything you do.
It's really cool, and Grammatica's nonprofit's mission is to help wounded or struggling veterans, often dedicating homes like this one to women and men just like Laura. Laura says she's at a loss for words at the kindness and generosity of all the people who helped.
I believe that it is a standing testament to what the American people really are, of coming together and supporting one another.
Sellinger enlisted in the military in 2003 as an intelligence operations specialist. While serving in Iraq in 2006, an IED exploded near her, causing severe brain injury. She's also a survivor of a sexual assault on a military base in Korea. She now suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. And today, an Army veteran is running to honor the life of Air Force Reserve Captain Jamie Brunette. Gulf War veteran Alex Estrella starting a memorial run from MacDill Air Force Base to Key West. That's more than 400 miles. Brunette committed suicide back in February. Her friends and family saying Jamie didn't want to talk about her time in Afghanistan and suspected something traumatic may have happened to her there. ABC Action News reporter Ryan Raish will have more on Estrella's run coming up on ABC Action News at 5 o'clock. Well, you might want to keep the tissues handy for this next story. A high school student doing something so moving for his talent show. It brought the entire room to tears. Katie Morse has that story.
Austin Hinton knew for months what he wanted to do for the Lockport High School talent show.
I saw something on the internet where someone was painting, and I was like, what is he doing? And then at the end of it, he flipped it upside down, and I was like, oh, I could probably do that.
The talented artist started working on a portrait of Jimi Hendrix. He'd been practicing it for weeks when he got some devastating news. One of his closest friends and teammate, Mike Dimichowski, had died.
I broke down.
Michael was a Lockport High School senior. He was killed in a crash on his way home from a college visit. Eventually, Austin went back to his talent show performance, but something had changed.
As soon as I got back to school, went back to practicing Jimi Hendrix, I was like, I can't do this one. I've got to do Mike.
So that's what he did, painting his friend's face over and over, perfecting his act and setting it to music. Last week, Austin took to the stage.
We've come a long way from where we began.
In a span of 4 minutes, he brought Michael back to life for those who loved him so much.
When I flipped it over and everyone started cheering, I knew that it was all for Mike.
And in that audience, a special guest Austin made sure was there, Michael's father, Tom.
When he flipped it and the whole auditorium went wild, I could feel my son. He was there. And I know he's happy. And I know he's in a good place. But I miss him.
And now the family has Austin's portrait to remember a special moment honoring the young man who touched so many.
My son would want everybody to try to have a positive impact on somebody every day of their life. Give them a smile, give them a kind word. Let them know that they matter.
It's his legacy, and it needs to be carried on.
Well, thanks for watching the Now Tampa Bay. ABC Action News at 5 starts right now.
Thanks, Laura. We're continuing to follow that breaking news right now in Tampa. Part of Hillsborough Avenue shut down as we speak following a gruesome accident involving a pedestrian and a semi-truck.
We want to get right out to our Ryan Raish live with what he's been able to find out. Ryan?
Hey guys, tragic scene out here where a pedestrian was hit and killed. Hillsborough Avenue shut down as we speak as investigators try to reconstruct this accident. But take a look over here in the roadway where you can see some debris, including a pair of shoes and some other items right there on the road. Tampa police telling us an older man was walking across Hillsborough Avenue with a friend when the do not cross sign was on. The Coca-Cola truck saw them, stopped, and let them cross. But apparently, when they got to the median, one of them slipped and grabbed onto one of those reflectors you can see right there. They're not very sturdy. It's not a sturdy thing to grab onto. So he fell back and onto the road. And by this time, the semi was already passing by and ran over the man with his back tires.
It really looks like the driver of the truck, there was nothing that he could have done to prevent this. I think it's an important reminder that people need to cross at the intersections when the light is telling them they can cross.
The friend, along with the drivers in the truck, all rushed to help the man who was hit. He was then rushed to TGH, where he died from his injuries. Again, as we go through rush hour right now, Hillsborough Avenue, primarily in the eastbound direction, but also westbound and on Nebraska, all congested, so you should avoid this area at all costs. We'll keep you updated throughout the show. For now, live in Tampa, Ryan Raish, ABC Action News.
Ryan, thank you. A former Polk County deputy is charged tonight in a horrific abuse case involving 2 disabled people. 52-year-old Philip Simmons in court just a little while ago. Winter Haven police telling us he used death threats to prevent his victims from going to police and even jammed a gun into one of their mouths as intimidation. ABC Action News reporter Jacqueline Ingles tonight with the heartbreaking details.
Philip Simons is here in Bartow tonight behind bars being held on more than $300,000 bond. Meanwhile, his alleged victims are in protective custody. Neighbors of his I spoke with told me this is the last place they expected to see the former deputy sheriff.
Sometimes there was cursing going on outside. You know, he'd get mad at the kids or something, but I've never saw him beat at them or anything.
But Winter Haven police say this man, 52-year-old Philip Simons, repeatedly beat and tortured an older disabled woman and an autistic teen over the past 2 years inside this Winter Haven home.
Truly, I can't get into his head, but other than that, he's sick.
Simons, a former Polk County deputy sheriff, reportedly used this stick he nicknamed the stupid stick to brutalize his victims.
They're petrified of this man.
According to police, Simons, who appeared in court just hours ago, used death threats to prevent them from calling 911. That intimidation tactic working up until this past Tuesday.
The final straw, basically, was when he put the gun in her mouth.
Police say Simons threatened to kill the woman while the teen and another wheelchair-bound girl living in the home watched. To prevent the teenage boy from calling police, Simons reportedly grabbed the boy's genitals and squeezed. When he left for work, the woman called 911. Having police surround the home surprised neighbors.
He seemed perfectly normal, but I know that he is bipolar and he can go sometimes, you know, the other way.
Inside the home, police say they found guns, ammo, and the so-called stupid stick. All things Simons should not have had. He's a convicted felon, having served 5 years in state prison for burglary, kidnapping, and robbery.
Caught off guard by that because he seemed normal to me.
We're told the wheelchair-bound girl requires 24-hour live-in assistance. Police now are interviewing nurses to see whether or not they witnessed any alleged abuse inside that home. Police tell us that the woman and the teen boy suffered significant injuries and had to seek medical attention several times. In Polk County, Jacqueline Ingles, ABC Action News.
Jacqueline, thank you. A Sarasota man is